Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie Projects. So today is a tiny Tuesday. Usually I do a tiny painting in a tiny sketchbook, but today I'm doing a tiny painting in this very big sketchbook. The reason being is because I'm starting a new little series for us where I am going to get you to pick what I draw or paint each week. So I'm starting off with this little chicken. And eventually we will fill this whole 2-page spread with lots of different animals. I took this fantastic idea from Anchored Art Designs. I've been following her for a while, and watching her channel grow has been so inspiring and yeah, just super exciting to see. So she's been doing these shorts and she's been getting her subscribers to pick what animal she does each day. She does it each day. I'm just going to do one each week because, you know, that's more than enough with all the content that I've put out into the channel already. But you never know, come September when all my children are at school, we might be able to do one a day. How exciting is that? Anyway, I'm going on about nothing. Let's get back to what we're doing. So I'm drawing a chicken. I'm starting with a chicken because I would like to be able to paint chickens, but I find chickens extremely difficult to paint and draw, and I just it infuriates me because I love chickens. I would love to paint chickens all the time, but I don't know what it is about them. I just find them really difficult to paint. So this drawing right here that you're seeing, I've actually done this about I think this is my 4th one that I'm doing because they just kept going wrong, and I've spent all day painting, but it turned out that this last one only took me 10 minutes and it was the best one out of all of them. So here you go, here is my chicken. I'm doing a little drawing. This is a Belvedere chicken. Don't Google that because it'll probably look nothing like it. Just think that it's a chicken, and then it'll be a bit more accurate. And then I'm going in with my Unipin fine liner. I use a 0.8 because the lines are always juicy. The pen always works. It makes me very happy. Whereas my 0.5 used to dry out. The 0.05 definitely dries out. Oh, it's really frustrating because I'd love to have a really, really fine one, but they just dry out too quickly. So this 0.8, I've been really happy with it. I've had it for so long and it's still going strong. So yeah, I definitely recommend a thicker nib for long lastingness, if that makes sense. So I'm doing the lines really, really sketchy. I'm not doing, perfect cartoon style lines, just really sketchy as if I'm using my pencil. And I think that gives a more of a feathered look. So I've wanted to draw animals for a very long time, and I find it really hard because of the fur and the feathers, and yeah, that stresses me out. But now I've discovered that you can use your fine liner like a pencil and make it a bit more sketchy. It makes the animals a lot more easier to do. So yeah, there I am doing all my sketching, and oh yeah, that was it. I've decided to go in with my grey fine liner. This was just to do the extra feathers in between, so gives it a little bit more texture, and that worked really well. I literally just went really, really choppy and did kind of like these V shapes to give that feather look to it. And then we're going to go into the painting. As you can see, I've got a very, very simple setup here. I'm trying so hard to practice my colour theory. I've still got a colour theory course that I need to do. I've already got that booked online, and I just need to get round to doing that. Maybe I should do a video of me trying this colour theory course because I just want to get better at, just sticking to those primary colours. So I've got, let me find the colours, I wrote them down somewhere so I wouldn't forget. We've got Hansa Yellow, medium, ultramarine blue, buff titanium, organic vermilion, and I stole a sepia out of my Winsor & Newton palette. So that's an actual dried pan already, whereas these other 4 are my Daniel Smith Throma tube, which I am hoping will eventually dry and become easier for me, because I still can't seem to understand that tube paint is not acrylic paint. I keep using it like it's an acrylic paint, and I think that's why I'm struggling so much with it. Whereas when it's dry, obviously it's mostly water, so I use it like a watercolour. So I'm still trying to get my head around using tube paint, but it is really, really nice to use at the same time. It's so opaque and beautiful, and I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to force myself to get better at it, because I know eventually it'll make my paintings better. Anyway, back to the painting again, because I'm talking about nothing again. So my chicken, I am basically using the sepia to start with, very, very light wash of it, and then I'm going in with a little bit more darkening up around the bottom of the chicken and the edges of the tail, and darken up the feathers around the neck. So with the Belvedere chicken, it's got more of a greeny blue tone on its neck, and then more of a black and brown tone on its body. So trying to do that was quite difficult. I'm using buff titanium for the leg and the beak, because that's basically the right colour for a leg and a beak. Spot on. I'm really glad I've got that colour. I love buff titanium because it's not so white, if that makes sense. It doesn't drown out the colour, it just mutes it a little bit, which I really like. So I'm drying in between layers so that it doesn't completely mix together, because I really want to have that choppy feel to show the feathers, whereas if I just let it go all into it, it will just become this blurred mess. So I'm trying really hard to dry in between layers and go really slowly, because what I've been doing with my previous chickens was I was just adding far too much paint on there, and it was becoming just too full, and it just looked like an acrylic painting, and I don't want that. I want a line and wash. That's what I enjoy. I think it's beautiful. So the way I've darkened up the feathers is by using the ultramarine blue. So I'm just getting a really, really small amount of that on my brush with lots of water, and I'm just tapping that onto the painting. I'm tapping it around the neck feathers, I'm tapping it around the edges and the bottom and the tail, just to add a bit of darkness around there to create, a bit of shading. And what's really nice is that ultramarine blue with that sepia almost creates this very dark grey colour, which was perfect for this Belvedere chicken. So I'm just adding that speckle all round, and the head is quite dark as well, so I'm just darkening that up as well. Now I'm going on to adding more of the orangey brown to the feathers. So with the Belvedere chicken, it's got this this orangey brown coming through. It's such a unique pattern. It's just so beautiful. Maybe you should Google it just so you can see the beauty of this incredible chicken. But it's got like these V sections in each single feather. Oh, it's just incredible. We've actually got one. She's called Chick, and she's just the most beautiful chicken I've ever seen. This is the brown Belvedere, but our one that we've got is the black and white, so it's a little bit different. So yeah, add in that orangey brown in so that can come through, and then I'll add the darker layer on top of that a little bit later when it's dry. And then I'm going in with more of a saturated red. So what's it called? I remember these colours. I'll get better at this as time goes on. Organic vermilion. So I'm just putting that straight onto the brush basically, and adding that to the wattle and the flobber wobbers. I always forget what they're all called. You think I'd know all this by now, yes, I've had chickens for about 3 years. The wattle and the swattle and the bottle. What are they called? Wattle? And comb! The comb. Adding it to the wattle and the comb. Just to give it that dark red colour, because that shows that the chicken's healthy. If you've got a bit of a pale comb, your chicken's not very well. That kind of shows that they're a bit anemic, actually, if you wanted to know that. So I didn't want an anemic chicken, so I'm making that red nice and red and healthy and beautiful. It's looking quite good now. I'm quite pleased with how it's looking. This was more like it. The other ones were just so saturated with colour and just gross. Oh, I've been so frustrated today. It's just took so long to draw a picture of a tiny chicken. As you can see, I'm really flicking that brush just to have those feathers sticking out from the edge. I didn't want like a perfect line. I wanted it to be nice and feathery. So I'm just letting those little tiny bristles just flick out from the chicken. And that's how I've got this lovely feathered effect. I'm going in with that darker blue / brown. So the sepia mixed with the, remember these colours? With the ultramarine blue, and adding that all round the neck feathers and all round the base again to keep darkening it up. So guys, so today I'm drawing a chicken. But next week I want to do something different. So I don't know how I'm actually going to do this. Drop some comments down below of what animal you'd like me to draw. I don't know if I'm going to do that animal because it might be really hard and I might get really stressed out and can't do it. I'm not very good at animals, you know. I'm really challenging myself with this series here. So pick some easy animals for me. That'd be really good. So drop some comments down below of any animals you'd like me to do. I might put a couple of polls out through the week of some suggestions and see what we come up with. And yeah, throughout the weeks I'll do lots of different animals and see what we get. So yeah, do subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on all the different animals that I do each week. So if you do a suggestion, you're going to want to see it come to life, aren't you? And you can click that little notification bell and it will let you know when I post as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and I hope you enjoy this new little series idea. Do carry on watching more videos and I will see you on Friday. Bye.